And we're here. We are here to talk about it just like that. And just like that, hit that like button, get in here, leave your commentary, talk about, what the show needs to work, for you, or if you're just loving it, did it have like a uptick this episode? Was it great? Or are you still in search of more from the ladies? We would love to know. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I feel fine. However, I'm over it. I'm over Carrie. I'm over Aiden. I'm over Miranda. I'm damn near over Charlotte and her children. I need something, Tyra. I need something more. I need something more.
Did they not give you more? They said we got a whole lot of stuff happening, via somebody's son this
What
episode.
was the
That
good?
what a good. I mean, well, we look here now. You asking for a lot. You asking for a whole lot. Let us know how you guys are feeling in the chat. We are definitely not going to waste any time. We're going to dive into this episode, starting where we started all the time. Ashley, what were your overall thoughts?
Okay, I mean the story did a little bit of something, but okay, here's my thing. Here's my issue. Here is my qualms with and just like that. These elderly biddies are dumb as boxes of rocks. I need them. Here's the thing. You know, I always say this because I always quote my mother, rest in peace, that there is nothing worse in this world than an old fool. And they're all foolish to me. Like Carrie, there's no way you're letting Aiden put you on the hook to wait for him at your big, large, and advanced age. There's no way I'm waiting for Aiden for 5 years. And after we met the seed of Chucky, after we met Malachi from Children of the Corn, there's
You
no
want to
way
to
I'm
Malachi.
sitting over there. Seema, at your large age, you're a brokey? You mean you can't buy into this firm that you were a partner with all these years, but you're worried about Birkins? Miranda, anything with a cooch will do. Anything with a cooch will do. Like, at least with Shay, I felt like you had a standard. I felt like Shay was the thickness, you know what I mean? Cute in the face, just moving around, doing things. But now you're just over here picking up any Tom, Dick, and Becky off the street. I'm over it. And Charlotte, I don't give a damn about your husband and his daddy. I'm sorry. I'm done. That's it. But yes, those are my overall thoughts.
Baby, the girl, the way, first of all, the way you just live, she who should not be named on the ground. um, there was a pickup this episode. I will say at least something is happening with Carrie, and that's not saying a whole lot. And I'm definitely going to share my thoughts on that little seed of Chucky. Because no, what we won't do is that while I'm biding time in the guest house. The ladies are just not, and I love Darkelina said they're having age appropriate issues. Are they?
Yeah.
Are they, Darkelina? I don't believe so. I'm having a disconnect with the ladies in a way that I was reminded yesterday when we got into Sex in the City. I was like, y'all the girls. Y'all are those girls. You guys have, lives and storylines, and I'm never gonna expect, 60-year-old Charlotte to act like 30-year-old Charlotte, but damn, it's just not happening enough. And I feel like even in their age, there are more heightened things that they could be doing and divesting these ladies in beyond, we're getting old, right? I'm indecisive, right? Like, that's it. Is that it? Is that all we got to look forward to? I don't know. But let's start with the episode. And of course, y'all know I'm gonna save the best for last, so be set, because Carrie deserves attention. But we're gonna start here. But Miranda's wild. You know what? Um, the viral misinterpretation heard around the world because I meant country, but you cut me before I got there with this teleprompter. This was odd. This was odd. I need Miranda to get a home. First of all, I'm tired of her living footloose and fancy free on these streets and not really having a home. With our friend being gone and we're not using that extra room, I need her to get a home. I know she's house sitting, but I'm just like, where does Miranda live? Where are you sticking a key into, sis? But outside of that, this romance that they are trying to have happen, we got to kiss this episode, and there wasn't much else. Like, I'd rather watch her stroke out with Shay. Like, forgive me, Che. Anything I ever said about it being too much or being cringy or oh my god, these sex scenes, oh my god, at least Miranda was doing something. At least it was so cringy that you couldn't look away, and it was something to be like, okay, what the hell is Miranda and Che going to be doing this episode? How much are they going to get on my nerves? This is bland. This is so bland. We have Miranda this episode obsessing over this blooper viral situation. She's calling her son, she's calling Carrie, calling everybody, and they're just saying this too shall pass, calm down. But she is obsessed it so hard that this, BBC, I love when they say BBC. I always think about something else and I'm like, this is not that kind of show. But I missed my opportunity. The fact that I don't even know this lady's name, her name won't stick to me for nothing. I don't even care to look it up. It's just like, did this turn her away? Is this, she internalized it. We have this dumb ass party. The lady looked like she didn't want to be here in the midst of her own damn friends. So I didn't know what was so great about it. And you're hosting a function down at the Gramercy place that you don't even own. But whatever. But she's like, oh, you thought that was the reason? Oh, no, I'm interested. And we have this kiss and this embrace on the stoop and not much else. Is there nothing for Miranda to do? Is this the best that we have for the Miranda? I refuse to believe that. And it's not steam heat. It's not cooking. It's not attractive. They aren't attractive together. They look like mouth breathers breathing into each other's mouths. It just was not titillating. And I need them to fix it immediately. Ashley.
Here's the thing with the wild see you next Tuesday. Like, it is, oh gosh. I really felt like they throw things at the walls to get like a cheap laugh. And I'm not moved. Like, girl, I'm not. And this group of weird friends that came with the BBC lady, I was like, get out of Carrie's apartment. And but first of all, actually, this is the thing that stood out to me most about Miranda's whole debacle here was the fact that how dare you question Carrie about who you can have in her house with no furniture. Girl, cause is that a problem? Oh, there's no furniture here. Like, Miranda, be so serious. Like, she's got to be sick of living piddle to post at this point. Girl, you have a career, you have a cute coin. Go in and get you a place instead of hunching in people's like bare apartments or bare homes. I didn't like it. I don't buy the chemistry with her and that homely woman. It's just it doesn't give anything. And who do they think wants to see this? We didn't want to see her with Rosie O'Donnell. We don't want to see her with this BBC lady. I want Miranda to go forward in her career. Stay with her, doing her on air stuff or whatever. I think we
Mhm.
could have gone somewhere with that whole edit and her going viral and maybe like, maybe leveraging that opportunity to do something else or to be funny or to come out in a different way, but it's still centered around this coochie. Girl, you've had a coochie for 55 years. There is no magic in them thar hills. I promise you, BBC's cooter is not cooking. And yes, the kiss was gross because why are you breathing into her mouth? This is not the box. We don't need you to blow in it. But this whole I'm a bad kisser. Oh, no, you're not. Yes, she is, Miranda. And you're a bad kisser too. We don't want to see it. We don't. I don't. But I will say this after watching Sex in the City, most of
Mhm.
season one, I will say I like her fashions better here than I
Oh
liked
yeah.
the fashions back then.
Well, wait, we just, first season, they were giving her a certain edit and, want to get here and be like, oh, like you said, they were shedding light on, am I gay the whole time? I just need them to do something with Miranda. I would, be invested in her venturing into a different career path because we knew Miranda, the lawyer, for so long. This is just not that. And if we're gonna have her breathing into anybody's mouth, let's just make. And I don't want to say nothing about that woman, but they're just not attractive. They have no lips, so it just looks odd. And I don't know. Like, can Shay just roll up or I don't know, just do something about it. And I would have loved to have Steve here and have this completely centered around, is this it? Is this all there is? Us, sitting on the couch eating snacks, and her narrative being different career choices and trying to put the spark back in her marriage, whether that was inviting other people in or not. I think that would have been really interesting in our older age because that is a fear that a lot of people have. Are we always going to have that spark and be us, even when we're upwards of 60 and 70 years old? We do have a little bit of that with Charlotte, but we know above all else, Charlotte, they locked in. They like this. It's not too much of that. She loved that man down. But that displacement, I will never get over us leaving Steve and our son for this. What? Okay. We'll see what
Even though
happens.
he
But
sounds like a cartoon character.
right.
I would have rather see at least what their friendship was like. I mean, she left him high and dry with like not so much as a hi bye or F you. It was very cold. I was like, is this after all these years and this
Yeah.
child, like that's like I don't know. I think she gets whatever she deserves this
And
season.
once again, you
I like her
guys,
heart.
anybody who is chiming in with us later, Ashley and I are watching Sex in the City every Thursday. We are almost done with season one. I've seen it before, and Ashley hasn't. So if you want to get a fresher take or perspective on how we're viewing the ladies there versus here, please join us every single Thursday night. 5:15 CST. We would love to have you. But moving on from this, I'm just like, we dropped Steve for this. I just can't get over it.
And do you
But
ever feel
getting
that comfortable in somebody else's kitchen in their house?
it's
Like the
not
way
even
he
that.
dressed
What you're not
up.
gonna do is question me about. Oh, you're gonna have it in my house, girl. The last time I let you loose in my house, I wasted pee on myself in my bed because you was getting all finger banged in the kitchen. But by Shay, like it was embarrassing. Are you not embarrassed? Like, so yes, I'm gonna question you about you and the prospect of your lover and your friends because she was like, oh, there's no furniture. Oh, where are you going to sit? Or did you have other plans? Were you going to lay somewhere? Girl, you trying to get it on in my house because you've gotten it on for less. I have the right to question you in my brand new spanking Gramercy place. Please. Now, getting into no direction. Does Seema have a damn plan? Seema strikes out on her own, but was this a mistake? This is so unsure. I really feel like with the way they're painting Seema's character, they want us to think she wasn't valued as an employee or as a woman for all the time and years that she put in. And I'm like, that's not what this is giving. That's not what this is giving. That old man, it seems like if you had the funds and you were gonna make me an offer, baby, you can have it. I just want to retire. And she's like, well, I don't have that. It's like, shouldn't my time, my effort, my seniority mean something? Like, look, and it's just like, no, we have the new person in charge come in and proposition her, and she brutally, in an egregious way rebuffs, and it's like, yeah, I don't need this. Like, it's giving like I made this place. I own 51% of this company, and I'm gonna, leave and take the clientele, and it's supposed to be a little empowering. But even on the way out, so yeah, I'm gonna. She's like, baby, my rent is $3,000. I can't be stepping out on faith with you as an assistant on hoping a dream. This doesn't feel. I'm like, is she having a different career path? Is like, what's happening? Because it's not giving I'm empowered and you'll need me before I need you. You'll come crawling back. But in the meantime, I'm going to embark on my own business. It seems like Seema has no idea what she's doing and she's foiling, which is strange because Seema that we met 2 seasons ago, we were all about that business. And I feel like if it was, well, can you make me an offer? Hell yeah. How much do you need? I'll write the check now. This is not cool. Ashley?
Girl, here's the thing. I'm going over there with Ryan Serhant. Okay, if you watch Million Dollar
Okay.
You're Listening, you know Ryan Serhant. He's my boo. I'm going over there with him, girl, because you. Here's the thing. That man was 90 years old. Money green. I'm going where the money resides because I'm retiring and I'm done. And you've had ample time to build up your your liquid finances to buy me out. Like, you could have done that. And again, it's not like she was left high and dry, because there's an opening for you. If you want to stay, you can stay.
Yeah.
I think this is a foolish older woman who's about to go out here and embark on something she's not prepared to. Girl, you have no infrastructure. You have, like, you don't have a place, you don't have a locale, you don't have a team, you don't have anything to go out here on your own at your age to do. Not being age, and I'm not being ageist, y'all, I'm just saying they're of a certain age, and I would think at this point in life you have a better like business acumen. We were, when we met her, she was supposed to be top in her class, top in the field as far as real estate, and that girl, I mean, spending bags literally on whatever she wanted. So you would think that she had all of this, at least from the business aspect, in line. I hate what they've done with her character, because to me it makes you look at you sideways. Because what are your priorities? What have you been doing all this time with all of this cute coin that you have? And I really think that this was brash. This was impulsive. I hope she doesn't have to come groveling back. But to start over at this time, alone, without a team, no one's going with her. It's like you've worked here all these years and no one has solidarity with you. There's no other agents who are willing to go out on that limb with you, Rita Louise. It's just, I hate this for Seema, but she should have went over there with Ryan. That's what I would have done, at least until maybe I got a game plan. But she has nothing right now except a hope and a dream.
For me, it was that she didn't leverage anything. Well, okay, I'll stay, but I need this, 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 and this. It was just immediate shutdown. And he was like, well, yeah, I'm going to give you this objectification or this abrasiveness or this rude response that you're waiting for. I would rather have you on my side than be against you. You're valued here. I'm just, in a leadership position now. And it's just like, I earned that. It should be me. But when it comes down to it, if you didn't get it and if you couldn't buy it out or get any stakes in the company in that way, what options do you have? I thought she was gonna, I need this, and this moving forward. So whatever go wrong later, I don't wind up in this position. It was just like, yeah, I'm storming out of here and I'm taking, and she literally took nothing. She got a little bag,
Okay.
it looked like a
Well,
paperweight and walked out. I was like, all right, I guess we're gonna see what she's embarking on next. As if we're invested, but all right, girl, I'll wait on you.
mm-mm.
I'll wait on you, girl. But
Big mistake.
leaving
Huge.
Seema and getting on over here into Miss Lisa, desperately seeking storyline. It made me want to go watch Desperately Seeking Susan. I haven't watched it in a while, but oh Lord Jesus, girl, it's so boring. It's so boring, and that's given a lot on this show. You don't have to do too much with your storyline to stick out here. So the fact that Lisa is so suppressed and amounting to nothing, it's just sad. Give this lady something to do. Are you mad? We have her, story centering around her nightmares and talking in her sleep because she's so indecisive about this editor. With all, the forward thinking that this show presents, we have Lisa here being very sexist. Because first of all, like I said here, girl, if you ain't gonna cheat on that man with McCall Brooks, we do not care. If you ain't finna be ass up on this desk, Lisa, or having, you know what, I'm trying to be cute about not hiring you because you're a man, but not in a sexist way. Baby, you're a little too fine, and my marriage is a little shaky. I don't want to be in, midnight dark editing rooms with you, sir. It wasn't giving that. It was just where you're a man. This is a female centered, black project. And I just feel like a woman should be at the hem, even though he is overly qualified. She loved him before she knew that he was a man. And he's 10 toes down with your previous editor. I'm familiar with your work with her. What's the issue beyond me being a black man? I I just don't care. Girl, sleep with that man. Give us some spice. Do anything, girl. I just want her to cheat. I just want her to do something. I want someone to do something, but I know that that's not the direction that this show wants to go. But even if she isn't going to cross that line and cheat, I would love it to be, you know what, this is a very attractive man, baby. Did you see the arms? Did you see the bald head? Yeah, I'm not trying to be in any late night settings with you editing anything. Let me think about my marriage. No, it's just, no, you're a man and I'm indecisive, but I'm going to choose him and get to the getting because I don't want to keep my husband from getting sleep at night. This was tired. Ashley?
Girl, what do we expect from she who must not be named? I keep trying to warn y'all and tell y'all about her, and y'all just don't trust my discernment. And it's fine. We'll go with it. Um, uh, here's the thing. Go on and give Black Charlie Chaplin some cat. Go on and do that because your husband is not hitting the spot right. Look at him. Look at the husband. I'm not a fan of Nicole Ari Parker. I'm just not. However, I will say I don't understand the casting of her husband. I will never take her beauty away from her. But I don't understand the casting of the husband. I don't feel steam heat. I don't get chemistry between the two of them. And as far as the storyline, what really stood out to me was the fact that she said it's not so much about her not wanting him to be the editor solely because he's a man, but how what the optics would be, right? What are they going to say about me on social media? What are they going to say about this? Again, going back into the reinforcement of my idea of who I believe this woman is in real life. But aside from that, this editor, your old editor, you wanted to hold her back, a Black woman on Juneteenth, from reaching the pinnacle, right, of her life's work as an editor, so that you could finish this bootleg project that you've been working on for 8 years. Ho, if you don't hurry up and hire Makad to do this, even though he has a terrible mustache, he's cooking far more than your husband. At least if we're not even going to get solid hunching, I want to get a slow caress. I want to get my fingertips ran across your fingertips, and oh my gosh, I need to talk to my husband because I feel tempted. Or it's like from a Tyler Perry movie, and he got you all hot and bothered in the day, so you come and whip it on your husband, and he doesn't know how to take it because you guys' humdrum sex lives are just that humdrum.
Oh,
I need
come on.
something over
Story,
here,
story.
but it's
Look,
not. It's just not giving anything. And what I said in my upload that will be up later tonight is that justice for Naya, bring Naya back. That's who we needed in terms of representation because this is not giving the diversity, the DEI that y'all we're trying to do season one in this show.
I think they really underestimated Naya's presence. Like, oh, she's a side character, and it's not like she's our only person of color. Like, what difference is it going to make? Baby, Naya riding the D with steam heat. Like I told Ashley, as she saw, even in that first season that we're almost done with, there's always been sex in the narrative of Sex in the City. And I know that this isn't that show, this is something different, but baby, I don't want to see Charlotte and Harry's wet chest. I don't want to see that. Ain't nothing attractive about that. No. What would be attractive is Nicole getting her life over here with Mehcad Brooks. Now, if you're going to cast somebody next to Nicole and say that, oh, this is their husband, he's been holding it down for years, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do for this man, even at my
Mhm.
own detriment of my career, and I end up resenting it later. Like, do you see the man? We not getting that from this man. I think that they really tried to age Nicole up so she would fare well with the other ladies. Baby, don't do that. Black don't crack unless you smoke it. Have her over there with steam heat. Y'all had now you over there with steam heat. That's and we didn't even get to see it. Okay, we left off with her character. Make it pop. Like I said, if we don't want to make her an adulterer, just tease us with it. Give us some story because baby, the doc is not doing it. But we don't care about that. PBS don't even give a damn about that. They don't care. But let's see. Here's to us hoping that we get a little because she said she hired him. So hopefully it's a little, little deep voice action in the editing room.
Hurry up.
Girl,
Hurry
give
up.
us something. Like, damn.
We're already at four. Like, how many episodes is this season? Like, get it, get
I
it.
think it's 12 or 13. I believe so. But old like pop pop, because it's never too many episodes to remind us that we're old. We're getting old. We're getting older. We got it. Sex drives, bananas, brisket, and a polysexual boyfriend. Baby, baby. Didn't I tell you I didn't want to see these kids? Didn't I tell you I didn't want to see these kids? I told y'all I didn't want to see Lily. I don't want to see Rock. I don't want to see none of that. I don't. There's never going to be a moment where you guys are always trying to be on brand and politically correct. And oh yeah, back in my day, if you were in the ballet and you were a boy, you probably had a boyfriend. Well, yeah, I got a boyfriend too. Oh, say it isn't so. Oh, yeah, he's polysexual. Yeah, this message was brought to you by just like that. Get this out of my face. Who is the messaging for? who is the messaging for? Because regardless of who you think you're reaching, your core audience is always going to be that solidified Sex in the City audience. And they're a little younger, a couple of decades, or just as old as you are. We don't need you to talk down to us or talk at us. Leave that where it's at. And old Pop Pop running around, being Jewish, saying Jewish stuff, talking to the neighbor, letting, Harry know that, hey, this could be you in a couple years, and Harry can't get it up. And I'm like, can we please? The Charlotte, this is what we've reduced Charlotte to. This is not fun. This is not sexy. Give me a hard body. Where are the men? It pisses me off every time. Like, where is the schnecks? I thought, and just like that was going to be, life does not stop at 60. We're, ravenous. We have a sexual appetite, and we're trying to give it to me through Harry? Are you out of your damn mind? We didn't want to see Harry over there in Sex in the City. What makes you think we want to see him now at 60? No. It's just not giving that. And this is just not enough for me to care about, Charlotte. I wish they did more, but they keep reverting back to, we're old, right? We have kids, right? Our children, we don't care. I don't want to see these damn kids ever again. Ashley.
Yeah, I could care less about Lily's sex partners and all of that. And I don't know why that's dinner conversation with Pop Pop being there. Pop Pop got a girlfriend up the hall who wants the Tupperware of the brisket. I just, and Charlotte's a good Jewish girl now because she knows how to make brisket. I'm just so unenthused. I was more interested in her art gallery moves and her moving up that ladder, selling all the paintings that no one else could sell. I'm honestly more into her finding her voice at this big age because I think that that could be relatable. Like the way they're presenting Charlotte this season as, I'm in my mid 50s, I have, a preteen and a teen, and I've been a mom for these last 15, 20 years and a wife. So now there's more to me. Like when she does that whole monologue, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get somewhere. She's going to really discover who she is and go out and find out what she likes, what she doesn't like, independent from her husband and from the kids and from the family, not abandoning them, but exploring that more. And these little humdrum family dinners and moments, again, Anthony is always just the shining light for me in these moments. It's nothing to do with her or them damn kids. I, it's lackluster at best. I was like, are we just trying to give something everyone to do, like everyone something to do in the episode? Because really, they could have mailed this in. We could have had a V8. This was not necessary. I could care less. Yeah, it didn't move me at all.
They keep mailing things in.
Polysexual? I've heard of
Polysexual.
polyamorous. I've heard of polygyny. I've heard of all that. But you want all the partners at one time all together? Is that what polysexual is? I don't care.
Oh, I don't need them to phone it in with Charlotte. If you are familiar with Sex in the City, then you already know that we went through Charlotte and her conversion and everything she went through to be a good Jewish woman for Harry, all the way down to cooking the good old brisket. So we don't need this. It's like we're spinning our wheels. It's just crazy. I don't need to see Rock in this damn shirt looking like Breaking Bad. I don't know. Girl, it's just, I don't know. Everybody's just really aggy, and I'm waiting on it, and there's no conflict here. And we need our, which I thought the Seema or the Naya or the Lisa or our new additions would be kind of that missing chain of Samantha. Samantha wasn't going to settle, wasn't going to marry, wasn't going to have any children. So I feel like Samantha would have been the one to call. Well, Charlotte, come out, darling. You're not dead yet. Let's go. Let them take care of them damn. And then we would get, off into us recapturing some of what we could get in the other show. No, we're just here looking at damn bananas. It's so sad. It's so sad. But getting into the main attraction, because we need to talk about this in portions. Okay, this needs to be portioned. So we get there. A warm reception. Kind of from guest house to ATV four wheeler. At least one of the kids like me. Now Carrie wakes up. The luggage is gone, so she's still just in her gown, and it's like, well, I need yeah. Aiden is at not even in the least bit attentive to Carrie. Not at all. Like, yeah, just come on down to the house. Well, my pits, can I get something? The baby was more accommodating than he was. Let me get you some speed stick. Let me get you some of my clothes, and that way we can figure out what you're gonna wear. Aiden is hyper focused immediately on the boys. We don't know why, but I thought the reception in her getting there was lukewarm to begin with. You already told me to stay in the guest house. Then I get up and I'm just supposed to slide in, and I ain't even washed my ass or showered my pits. Well, all right, go on down. I would go. I would go to the store for you or with you, but I can't leave Wyatt alone for a millisecond because he's gonna fall into gaming and other things. Yeah, just go on. As dangerous as we know Carrie to be, and as city life as she is, I was worried about her on this 4-wheeler. Carrie ain't about that country life. I thought we was gonna get back into when she first visited Aiden. She had her high heels on. I didn't know where we were going with this, but she gets there safely. But immediately we are made to be known you are not a priority, just like you haven't been a priority for Aiden for it feels like the entirety of the show at this point. Actually, how did you feel about this reception? Because Wyatt was having none of it, but at least one of the boys liked me.
I like the middle son. The middle son seems adjusted, well adjusted. That spawn of Satan, he needs to be medicated. But we'll get into that, of course. But no, this was dry, and just like that, Aiden is a trash box, a time waster, a bum, if you will, because you don't like this lady. Aiden does not like this lady. Oh, he left her for dead in the servants' quarters. I can't even sleep in the big house, massa. Like, this is too much to me. I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy her having being musty, really. And just like that, Carrie's musty. She's funky. What are we doing here? Like, I hate everything about it. Again, it gives I don't even like you. You're not valid. Your opinion doesn't matter. Yeah, come on in. But I really don't want to spend any time with you. I really have bigger fish to fry. And I feel like Aiden is a liar. I feel like Aiden knew the weight and gravity of what he was dealing with. And a good man who really loved her would have said, I'm not prepared to be in a relationship at this point. There's too
Absolutely.
much going on, and I don't want to drag you into this. But having me sleep in the servants' quarters, making me ride dune buggy to town, Aiden, go to hell. You don't like me. Where is the closest Four Seasons? Where is the Ritz? Because I'm not doing this. This is ridiculous.
They were like, "Oh no, she's gonna," because there was a little narrative of Aiden being, oh, the speed stick, so that they're trying to show growth with the characters. Like, oh, Aiden is still Aiden. Remember, all the speed stick references from Sex in the City, and then Carrie's not just, not your down home country girl, city slicker who's out of her element. She's talking about Target and where's the nearest Target and all. Like, there's growth here. Where this relationship is dense as hell. And I was standing down on what I said before, that Aiden was hiding the gravity of either the situation with Carrie or what's going on at home, because you're hiding something, sir, and you're being weird. Quality time in Wyatt. Aiden has the bright idea, just for both of the boys to warm up to you, let's just make it a day with Carrie, but just here, on the property where I can, micromanage everything. Don't go out anywhere. But Wyatt is so aggy and just so over it, and he shows interest in the mall and video games. Well, this is the one thing he said anything to me about. We're going to do it. Well, hell, I'm coming too because I can't. I was like, oh my goodness, whatever's going on with Wyatt, and of course we don't see the brunt of it at this point, but clearly it's not okay because Aiden is a handler. You're not. You're a dad, and you're a handler, and it seems like something that is such an undertaking for one man, one parent to do, and we need some assistance, and we're not admitting that. And for you to love Carrie so much, and for you to want this relationship so bad, you completely keep this side hidden. Are you out of your mind? But Carrie, you should never make Wyatt feel bad. Even if he hit you, we're playing a game. He's not a bad kid. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. I was just addressing that I was injured. I was hit. I didn't directly insult or say anything. He's being a little abrasive with how he's putting it. And you can just tell that he's internalizing whatever's going on with Wyatt mentally. But there's nothing wrong with my son. He doesn't need to be medicated. He doesn't need therapy. He doesn't need, these things. He's okay. He's not a bad kid. Yeah, that's not what I said, Aiden. This is scary. The fact that you would completely not say anything about this says a whole lot about where Aiden is in his life and where he is as a parent and a man. Carrie, run. Get your stuff, get your Manolo Blahniks, whatever you brought with you, and run, girl. This is crazy. Ashley, she got hit in her
Yeah,
head.
she did. It's a wonder the bump didn't come before her Little House on the Prairie dress. But listen here, again, you're not going to convince me that Malachi is not Chucky reborn. Listen, he bopped her in the head on purpose, and then you're going to try to tell me how to experience pain in this place. I can't be hurt. He bumped me. You can't give me words for the abuse that I suffered at the hands of your demon seed. I'm not about to play with you, Aiden, because here's the thing. You're the reason your son is like he is right now, because you've probably gone his whole life making excuses and justifying his poor behavior and not getting him the help that he needs. Aiden is an enabler, in my opinion. I think he's the worst possible thing for that youngest son. But again, you were right. He was absolutely hiding. He's absolutely used to covering up for his little demon seed in whatever behaviors that he displays. Because clearly he's been able to go carte blanche when he's with Aiden. I will say this, even though I don't like the ex-wife, I feel like she's a liar and a racketeer at this point for making Carrie transport drugs interstate. But I will say that I think she has a real clue and an awareness and an acceptance of what's going on with her son, while Aiden is still in denial. It feels like to me. And also, I think he's very selfish because I really feel like I want to hold on to Carrie. I want to keep her now because of whatever happened in the past. I don't know that story fully, but let me hold on to her. And the only way I can hold on to her is by doing this long distance thing at my leisure. When she's in the house, I think this got too close for comfort. I think this is not a situation he ever wanted her to see, because I think it makes her see that, oh, Aiden's got issues too. And I think he wants to look like the perpetual, good guy, especially after whatever happened with them. But yeah, Aiden is an enabler, and I think that the child needs to go stay full time with the mama at this point. I don't think Aiden's even good for this son.
Yeah,
Pounding the house ain't gonna cure that baby.
I don't know how Aiden ever thought that he could do double duty when we can't even have sex without you timing it. Or how long have I been here? Because that's how long I've been away from Wyatt. This is such a hazardous situation, and he's trying to hide it with his usual Aiden charm, and it's a kiki, and yeah, you can come on down to the quarters, and ooh, let's take a dip in the lake, and yeah, that's not enough now, Aiden. We're grown. We're not 30 anymore, and there's no way that you're gonna convince me that this is okay just because of who Carrie was in her past. We're not that. Now, Bob, tell us more. We need to talk to Bob. You're worried about the wrong person. You need to go take your ass over there, Carrie, and see what's happening with Bob, because Bob has all the tea. Bob says, I've been here, just about 5 years. They don't like, interjection. They don't like opinions on their,
Yeah.
just I'm just going to be over here having my drink. I want nothing to do with this because I know where I am. You, however, my love, have no idea. Now, I was giving Wyatt, I guess, a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not going to let this show like ride on anything else because this is what you gave us. When they trumped it all to, well, he has ADHD.
Girl, that's more than ADHD.
What? That's it? Girl, I just knew like mentally there were some other things going on with Aiden. We find out that not only is the family really standoffish, really skittish, we have the 21-year-old here, the oldest son, and the birthday. And, Carrie, just dive into our world. They like video games. They like games. Just do stuff that they like. And let's just coast through this weekend. And then you can get back and I can handle what I've been handling here all on my own without you finding out how big of an issue this really is with Wyatt and his behavior. Child Bob was there telling it all. Yeah, like, girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. Just
Mhm.
but we find out, yeah, we weren't even down for the Adderall in the first place. And even when I got there like a fool and handed it to you last episode, you just looked at me and was like, yeah, okay, well, thanks, Carrie. Yeah, your quarters are this way. This was all the mom's idea. She believes that his behavior is so irate that he does need to be medicated or given Adderall.
Mhm.
And Aiden is completely against it because I think we're getting back into the narrative that we had doing the virtual gaming. There's nothing wrong with my son. He doesn't need that. He just needs me to be more attentive, more present. If I watch him
Mhm.
enough, if I handle him enough, maybe it'll go away and this will cease. From just the little weekend that Carrie was there, Wyatt's behavior just escalated. It escalated over a game. We're playing apples to apples. We broke a window. We broke a window, baby. He busted windows out your car. We shouting out all profane things, and how the family is interpreting it. This is normal behavior. This is just Wyatt. He's always doing this. Grow up, Wyatt. Oh my God, Wyatt. Well, why'd you choose her over me? I'm not important. Nobody cares. And if you're gonna tell me that this is just strictly different levels of ADHD, oh, why is just a
Mhm.
brat then? It's just
Mhm.
brat behavior that you're coasting through.
No, baby.
There's no way. There's a whole lot more going here with Wyatt than I think that we even know, or maybe they're just accounting this to ADHD and we haven't went to any medical physicians yet to really have him diagnosed. I don't know, but this was a lot. And Karen's just sitting there and notice he broke the glass in her direction.
Mhm.
This is dangerous. This is wild. The way I would have gathered my things and ran and got the hell out of here. And I know some people will watch this and go, not Carrie and Aiden, as much as they've been through, why would Carrie run now? What does that say about her character that she would run now? The way that she treated Aiden? Like, this is too much. The way that Aiden has tried to mask this and cover it, and the way he lashes out at Carrie, I'm just trying to talk. I didn't know that you weren't here for the Adderall. I wouldn't have brought it. And it just becomes a whole thing. You made her a mule and he doesn't need this and that. And Carrie, just leave me alone. Let's just be here at the birthday party. Not right now. If not now, then when, Aiden? Because we don't talk about anything. You need your distance. I can call you, but not too often. I can text you, but not really. I can come by, but then I found out that you don't even actually want me here. You just felt bad. What are we doing here, Carrie? Get your stuff and leave. Hell no. Ashley, he broke the windows, girl. We walking on eggshells for that demon seed.
Girl. When the shards of glass are flying, I am too. I'm on my way home. What you're never going to do is blind me with a shard of glass coming in here in my direction. And what did you have out there? A pitchfork? How are you just breaking windows? Why are these not dual paned or whatever? I don't know. I don't like anything about it. It's a very odd. Like, first of all, you allow these children to cuss, to say big people cuss words at the
Mm-hmm.
table with you. When that man said, Aiden told me I'm not allowed to have an opinion, that's my cue
Yeah,
to go. And he
crazy.
basically tells Carrie the same thing. You're not allowed to have an opinion about this. This is my life. Okay. But I don't want to hear anything from you. Girl, get the hell out of here. That's all I needed to hear. That was before the glass breaking, baby. All right. I see what this is. I see what this is going to be. You want to have your family over here and you want me over here. And that does not a life together make at this point. Because at what point, and here's the thing. I think it's an interesting dynamic because I think this is true, especially at their age when you've had children and a first marriage, and now you're coming out of that and you may still have minor children, but you want to embark on a new relationship. It takes a very special person to be able to welcome someone in to their family dynamic and say, no, I want you to co parent with us. I want you to be a part of the decision making. I want this, and that. I would think if there's all this love that he has for Carrie, this would have been something that they talked about before committing and getting a property together. If he put in on it, I still don't think he put in on Gramercy. But I'm just saying, I would think if you really saw her in that way, as like, you're my forever, you're the person I want to be with the rest of my life. I want my kids to know you. I want my kids to love you. I want to bring you into my world. And if my world is not equipped for you, I love you enough to let you sit right there and not bring you into it at all. And I'll love you on my own, but I want you to be happy. Damn it, Carrie just lost the love of her life, right? She's grieving. I'm still saying she's grieving, even though we didn't get a ton of that. I'm still going to say that's a huge loss to have. And it feels like running back into the arms of something familiar might be just what she does. I hate that for her. I hate how this whole situation looked. And I really wanted to slap her in the face because you don't have enough red flags. Baby, honestly, when I'm in Gramercy and he tells me I can't call him, That's enough for me. Because what do you mean I can't call you on the telephone? I'm over this situation. I think it's really bad. I think if they don't get this baby in somewhere, he will hurt himself or he will hurt someone else. This is
Yeah.
a dangerous situation that Aiden is brushing under the rug. And if I can't trust you to parent your children, I can't trust you to be in a relationship with me, to lead us in any way. I don't trust Aiden. Aiden is immediately trash. Throw the whole man away at this point and let him be a parent.
He said, "What do you want me to show Carrie? How to lock up all the beer? What do you want, Dad?" Like, it's just bad. Like, ah, that man said you're not allowed to have an opinion. They don't like that. And then we have the ex-wife who was all, ready and willing to pull me into something that I'm unaware of. And hey, can you get some Adderall for Wyatt? Like, and it's like, oh, are you embarrassed, Aiden? You're only acting like this because what? Because she knows, she sees it. Like, is that what it is? Like, this is
Ridiculous.
awful. This is awful and so damaging. And Karen's just sitting there like, oh, I didn't know it was this bad. This isn't cool. This isn't cool. And this is just now. Baby Bob says he's been here for 4 years, going on 5.
Yeah.
So what
Bob is
exactly are
resigned. Bob is resigned and he's fine with it. But I think for Carrie, she wants to be fully immersed in life with Aiden. And I don't think putting her on the outside would work for her long term. But hell, she might put up with anything at this point,
this is
based on
messed
what
up.
we've seen.
This is messed up. I thought after this we would have no choice but to have a real conversation. But no. Carrie resolves Aiden of any accountability for the situation. Like, you know what? I thought before when you said you needed to be here that maybe you didn't really need to be here. Oh no, you need to be here. I was like, oh, and is that all you have to say after everything you saw, Carrie? Everything that Aiden has said, the what feels like gaslighting at this point, making something, well, you can't like, not even that. If she didn't want to make this about her, if she wanted to at least give Aiden some advice on, well, this isn't a safe situation, Aiden. How do you expect to make progress as a dad or with Wyatt at all to even get to the other part of our relationship if you're, being a handler, if his, behavior is this outlandish, and if you and your own ex-wife are this indecisive on whether or not he should be medicated, how are we ever gonna, get to us? And all she says is, I wanted to bring you this key. Are you bringing it up with me? Oh no, no, why would I bring it up with you? I still want you to have this key.
Immediately.
I'm just saying that whatever thoughts I had of you coming to New York, moving in, sooner with the boys aren't coming. I just know that that isn't happening. But you take this key, use it when you're ready. Like, take all the time you need. What does that mean, Carrie? Carrie, speak up for yourself, girl. If you don't vouch for yourself, nobody else will. Clearly, Aiden isn't. Like, I thought she was gonna like choose herself or really recognize the situation for what it is. But I am inconclusive with the situation. Like, is it like where that door is open for you, Aiden, whenever? But I'm gonna continue my life. The most we got out of this is I'm gonna furnish the apartment. I'm not gonna lose out on another great table because that's not something that we need to worry about. Us trying to furnish this home on, as a couple. This is my Gramercy place and not so much ours, and I need to accept that. No, it was just like, here's the key. I love you. I'm not breaking up with you. Take all the time you need because, whew, you need to be here. That was a lot. It feels like they want Carrie to suffer and endure because remember how you treated Aiden? Remember all those things that transpired? You can be here for this. Hell no. Baby, I ain't got time. Baby, I'm 60. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I just knew that she was going to realize wherever Aiden is, the fact that you can't even have an opinion on this situation or voice anything about it narratively, wild or not, it says a lot about where you guys are in your dynamic. And this doesn't make for a healthy relationship. Are you going to be a lady in waiting? No. Baby, this is that. Take your time. Even if I do want to give you a key, I'm going to continue on with my life and whatever that brings, whether it's you and I or somebody new. But I'm not going to be waiting on you in this situation, Aiden, because this is a place that I can't touch or help you with because you're so engrossed in it. No, she hands him that key and heads on out. I don't know what to think of this, but I don't think she held him accountable or really got him into a conversation of, why didn't you tell me X, Y, and Z? Like, what is our dynamic that you felt like you couldn't share that with me, or you had to hide it, or that you had to deal with it solo and cut me out of your life entirely to where I can't even call you? This is bad, Ashley.
Girl, I mean, but I'm not surprised. Y'all, if you don't know, we're watching Sex in the City because I've never watched it. And so we're watching it start to finish. And to me, this tracks with who Carrie was back then with Big. He
Yeah.
gave nothing and she was chasing after him like a damn puppy dog. So no, this is, I mean, I would like, again, was what I'm saying with all of these ladies. I would hope I would have seen evolution just in who they are, how they've matured over the years. But again, it seems like she's reverted to that person who's satisfied with a latte or like, being ignored. Big paid her dust and she was like, oh, anytime he called, Johnny on the spot. I'm getting that feeling all over again over here with Aiden because there's no way in hell you're getting a key to my Gramercy. There is no way in hell. Matter of fact, I'm going home and I'm finally going to decorate and furnish my home. Carrie's stuck. And like I said, I don't know if it's about the grief or whatever, but there's some sort of mental pause that she's going through right now because none of this makes sense. After the way he treated you, after the way he talked to you, he had you in the servants' quarters. His son tried to take an eye out, busting a window over your head. I mean, God, he wouldn't even let you take a bath the first night. You were funky. You know what I mean? He had you out here living in squalor and degradation with the pigs. And now you mean to tell me, and then he disrespected you. You don't get to have an opinion, Carrie. Just go on and do. We've got this handled. Hell no, Aiden. Aiden is a trash box. I'm going back to my soon to be well acquainted home. Never for you to darken my door again. No, you don't get a key. You don't get a key today, tomorrow, or the day after that because you don't deserve it, Aiden. What have you done that's so deep that's got me opening up my $4.5 million Gramercy place to you? A place that you didn't even put in on. A place that you honestly don't even know if I'm okay in because I can't even call you to give you updates at this point. I'm over it. And the fact that she gives him a pass with no accountability, with no like, Aiden, I don't like the way you spoke with me there. Like, I see what's going on. It looks really, really heavy. I get that. But if we're going to be together, I need to be a part of your life. None of that happened. 20 million, excuse me. Yeah, 20 million, that girl from yonder, whatever it was, too much money for this guy. No, so I'm out of here. I wouldn't even have said goodbye. Deuces, Aiden. You, good Godspeed with
I
that
thought this
badass
was
child.
goodbye. I thought this was goodbye, though. I thought Carrie was about to say, I came here to give you this key, but you're not ready for this key, and neither are we. I thought she was going to rescind the offer. She gave it to him anyway. I thought that this was the moment because, like I said before, she fell right back into something comfortable. Oh, let me just go be with Aiden. Was this a mistake the whole time? Me and Big, should I have chosen Aiden, all along? Girl, please. I thought this was us getting back to Carrie, getting back to, if it's not going to be Aiden, it's definitely somebody else. Yes, Aiden was a soft place to land, but we were, early 2000s New York, and this Carrie is someone different. I'm going to choose myself. No, she gave him a key and left the door open for whenever. But I'm gonna furnish it because I know that I can't wait for us to make those decisions together because it's not that. But take all the time you need because you're needed here. Wyatt is a lot. I don't know. I don't know, but child, leaving this here and getting to the back. Ashley, per usual.
Oh gosh.
Predictions, Ashley.
I'm
Predictions.
praying Aiden calls her and breaks up with her over the phone or over a FaceTime. I really hope that that's like how we open the next episode. I definitely hope that she who must not be named gets cracked by Makad Brooks. I'll be here for that. We need some steam heat, some
Come
passion,
on.
somebody who looked good doing something with his shirt off somewhere. Charlotte, again, I hope that she moves forward in her career. I hope she begins to branch out more and investigate again who she is outside of being a wife and outside of being a mother. Because again, after watching Sex and the City the first season, she wanted that so much and that was her prize. So I would really like to know what she wants now. Just independent of anyone or anything else. As far as Miranda, I know she'll be hunching. I really don't want to see her bumping pocketbooks with that BBC lady, but it might be inevitable. They love giving us a groan from Miranda. But that's all I got, Tyra.
Y'all messy in that chats. My girl, leave it on a post-it, not the infamous post-it. Let's not break up via post-it. I I thought we would have Carrie at this point, kind of taking back her life or some form of it, whether it's narratively as an author, because she's kind of lost in that way too, and kind of in this gray area because the last book was about Big and these different chapters. It kind of feels like that's closed, and it feels like Aiden is also another chapter at this point that should be closed. Carrie, you're a different woman. You have options, and you don't have any alliances to Aiden just because of what you guys had in the past. Like, it's okay to choose yourself. Maybe Samantha would have chose herself. I'm just gonna put that out there. But it's not that. But that's cool. I really hope that if it's not gonna be her, it needs to be Aiden that goes, I'm holding you back. I'm not ready for the things that you're ready for. And I can't consciously say when I will be. So why would I have you waiting on me? That's not fair. Like, somebody break up with somebody, because at this point, if it didn't happen here, because I really knew it was, it's not going to be Carrie. Or maybe she'll meet someone and it'll be like something. Maybe the gardener is still, whatever. Maybe Logan Marshall is still over there in the rings. I don't know. But I want something to happen with Carrie and her continuing on her life, and not just Rapunzel waiting to let down her hair for aiding in this castle writing fantasy fiction.
Fanfic.
Girl, please, what are you doing?
Romanticy is what they say.
Girl, the way I want Lisa to sleep with the Brooks. Girl, go on over there, girl. Like we said, the show doesn't give that. So at least if it's like a cute, like, you look real, something. Let's make it cute, make it interesting, make it a almost. But the fact that it was almost means that I need to reconnect with my husband and work on my marriage, because Macabre Brooks is looking a little too good in this editing room. Let's do something with the man, and hopefully not nothing. Can we come on, make it interesting. Baby Charlotte, get Charlotte away from them damn kids. Get Charlotte away from those kids. We don't need to see them. We don't need to hear from them. We just don't. Get her away from those kids. Get her doing something. I don't know. No more sex scenes with her and Harry. I don't want to. It'll be a cold day in hell before I ever want to see Harry's chest. It just looks like a wet, like kind of like a Loch Ness monster undersea being. He just always looks wet and just bald. I don't know. It's old. It's old. I don't want to see it. Um, let's see who else. Baby Seema. We gotta go through Seema in the woes of starting her own business, or trying to pull clientele. Well, hey, I'm starting. Oh no, my alliances is with this agency. So I love you, Seema, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with them. Like, girl, what are we gonna do with you? Because you walked out of here all high and mighty like you had a plan, and we know you didn't have one. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe this is the catalyst for her to be not so career focused and focus on what she wants as a woman at her age now, and maybe what she wants romantically. Give us something with Seema, because it's nothing. Child, Miranda, don't you breathe in that lady's mouth with your Crypt Keeper lips again. I don't want to see it. You got two people with no lips kissing on my screen.
Mhm.
I just need some steam heat. I just need some steam heat. Girl, if we gonna be lesbian it up, girl, oh girl, you know what? I don't even like bumping pocketbooks with nobody, but I can see why you would be over there, Miranda. That's not what that's giving.
Mhm.
Fix it, Jesus. And I know we're not, because we really want them to make fetch happen with their little tired ass relationship. I guess she's supposed to be, when they would bring on like a love interest and they weren't that hot, but it was like, ooh, they're from across the water. That accent makes them hot.
Mhm.
Girl, you are not that. It's giving old. It's giving old. And they were kissing like, oh God, oh God. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh Miranda, oh please. If that's what the
Girl.
kids on the stoop does, I don't want to see the smacks. Just leave that to yourselves. Just let my imagination chalk it up. I want to see something happen with that. Lean more into her career than the romantic interest, because it's not cooking. Other than that, I just want more from the show in general, as we seem to want every single episode. But you guys drop down. Let us know what you thought about the episode, what you think about our commentary, and what you expect from these characters moving forward. I think this is a 13, 12, or 13 episode season. Y'all have to do something with your time. Well, y'all, that is it. Ashley, you want to tell the folks where they can meet us?
Yes, you guys, and thank you guys so much for being here. I see all of the people. If you enjoyed yourself with us on the live, please be sure to like and drop a comment after the live is over. It helps so, so much. But immediately following this, in about 7 minutes, we will be back to talk Divorce Sisters, episode 3. And after that, we will be back to watch what is it? Love Island, child.
Yes.
Episode 16, Lord, to see what foolishness abounds there. Tomorrow, we are having our trending topics news segment, the collective news tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow is Blockbuster movie night for our members. And this week is Tyra's Choice. And we're going over there with Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So please make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have the notification bell hit and consider being a member. You know what I mean? But thank you guys for joining us tonight. This was really fun.
Absolutely. And thank you to you guys in the chat. There are still currently over 100 of you guys here. We definitely appreciate you. Please drop down and like and leave a comment because it helps us so much in the algorithm. If you had a good time here, from what I can see in the chat, you did. We want other people to come have a good time too. So just spread the word and, leave that comment down there and help push us to get more eyes on us. And like Ashley said, if you want to consider becoming a member, there are all kind of good perks like watching Love Island with us later, or getting into my movie pick because it's mine and I'm so excited about it because there's a lot of members who haven't seen it. I can't wait for you guys to get into it. I'm going to leave you with the Invasion of the Body Snatchers promo, and we're going to see you next time for the conversation, or we're going to see you 5 minutes from now and get into Divorce Sisters. Everybody have a good night. Thank you guys so much.
I've lived in this city all my life. But somehow today I felt everything had changed.
I know this is going to sound insane. Jeffrey is not Jeffrey.
I'd keep seeing these people. Things were being passed between them.
None of them were people you knew?
People were different. Not just Jeffrey, but everybody. It was like the whole city had changed overnight.
People are being duplicated. And once it's happened to you, you're part of this thing.
Will you please listen to what you're saying?
I can understand why you become so emotional about a little flower.
What are you talking about? A space flower?